Okay, so recording 1, 2, 3. So what's so amazing about this series is the Metal Gear series is the artwork that the game has. The art direction was done by Yoji Shinkawa. Yoji Shinkawa is the character designer. He's the art director. He's pretty much the voice of this whole series. And this game was the introduction to what the concept design artwork that this man does, and it's quite amazing the way that he executes the his art direction. It's quite cool. So the thing that got me to his artwork was obviously the game. I remember seeing this for the first time, the instruction manual, and this you've got to what do you call it, understand is that by this time, when the PlayStation was out and about, games weren't being published with books in color. So to me, this was the treat, like something from the past, from the previous era of video games. And Konami was all out. The publication of this was all out in color. And seeing these for the first time, I was shocked, and I was not shocked, but I was impressed about what they have done on the booklet, and I couldn't get enough of it. I needed to see more of it, and I needed to know who was the art director of these. I ended up finding out it was Yoji Shinkawa, and I wanted to see the process of how these men had done the artwork. I mean, for the series, this is an inverted illustration, and the way they applied it in the game, because these illustrations are also being applied onto the actual game itself. It's all very clever. We're going to take a look at that. Good old PlayStation controllers teach you how to play the game. The art direction of the whole thing is just top notch. Well done. Well put together. The interface of the game, the way things go around, is just amazing. From the very first game, all the staples. But now, what I was absolutely gone wow was this illustration, this spread. I don't think I've seen like the artwork that this man had done, the art direction for this and the publication. I mean, the graphic design of this is top notch as well. But this spread, I wanted to have this as a mural in the house. I mean, this is amazing work. This is so cool. The way that he does his, what do you call it, character design, the way that he applies his media, which is mixed media. He's doing ink drawings with white pen or white pen ink, and that's how he achieves all these other textures. We'll get into that as well. So this is all cool. The way that he does the perspective on some of the characters is just amazing work. This was the spread that sold me, and I just fell in love with this series. This is just amazing. The way that he applies color, the inversion of colors, which we'll talk about that as well. But yeah, this is by far, obviously, this is a well-renowned series. Everybody knows Metal Gear. That is in the gaming community, whoever that likes to play games, and they should be aware. And if you haven't actually played this game, I highly recommend it. There's plenty of ways that you can play this. I mean, the HD collection has come out again. They republishing the I think a collection of games, like 5 games, is on the PS5 now. You can download that, or you can get them all individually. Highly recommended. like the direction of Kojima is quite the thing on the series. But that piece of art to me was just like, wow, that wowed me, and I wanted to have more, and I couldn't get enough. I couldn't stop looking at the manual before I was playing the game. This manual was like, it felt like I was looking at a graphic novel or something, and like amazing, and it's so spare, like the way that he does the coloring as well on top of the character design. It's quite the thing. So anybody who's out there that wants to track this down, highly recommend. I think he's got a gallery as well. The actual the video game. I've been playing VR missions because I obviously love this series, but that's I haven't really explored the whole thing, like a Tom, I guess. But beautifully done, well executed. This is how you do character design. But this was the thing that made me go get this. I mean, get this other thing and this other thing. So, it's an expensive hobby, that video game hobby. Let's see the booklet on this one. I can't really remember if we have one. Ah, yes, that's right. It's all beat up. So this is a bit more bourbon. Yeah. So we got still Shinkawa's beautifully rendered character designs. That's Meryl, and that's Gray Fox. This is crazy coloring. I mean, that's so cool. So he's inverted this in Photoshop. Maybe applied a gradient of color to make this layer that color, but the original would have been all black and white. And this is the media that I'm talking about when he applies, what do you call it, the ink, and then on top of that he's using that pen, the white ink pen, and then achieves that line. So yeah, beautifully done, beautifully executed. Snake, mighty solid snake. And again, I love sketchy work, sketchy art. I find that a bit of energy. I don't know. It's just me, personal choice, I guess. So these are the VR missions, the original ones, and obviously this is the game. And again, the application of print this on a gloss to emulate silver, and the colors, the characters, the character designs are like just pop. So yeah. Anyway, it's the art of Metal Gear. Put this away. So let's open this up. So I bought this maybe a year, maybe 2 years after the games came out, or maybe the game has come out, and I developed the appetite for this book. I mean, to get the artworks of Yoji Shinkawa. The production of this book alone is just insane as well. Like, they had a special package bag. I butchered it, obviously. I was not taking care of things too well. So this is the first time I ever saw like a plastic cover on top of the actual book. The application of the printing process that they've done is this luxury. This is luxurious. I've not seen another book like this with this specific type of paper, which is got this reflective feel to it. This is a close-up to his pencil work. He worked on this canvas-like paper that would imitate the texture of a canvas when you do oil painting. So he's using that to get this texture. This is quite fun to work on. We got a pin-up. Merrill, again, printed on. The whole production of this book is crazy. Glossy paper. Beautifully done. I can't even begin to remember. I remember ordering these, and I can't remember the cost of it. So it could potentially have been $200, probably more than what the game was. I can't really remember. Again, the application of the ink, making it look like fake silver. Glossy. This is the cast of villains of all the Metal Gear, Foxhound, the bad dudes. Again, showing off. I mean, this is so awesome. And I just noticed it's got the sketch of Snake on it. Can't really see it. And this looks like tracing paper. I printed these on like this kind of like onion paper. That's a reduction of the cover. It's probably to scale. I should just take the dust jacket off. It's easy. Again, maybe the graphic designer or maybe Yoji Shinkawa designed this. I can't remember who did this, but the way that the person who assembled this was very clever about sort of doing the application of the artwork, because his work can deliver a beautiful, book cover. So that's the detail of it. That's the drawing of it, probably to scale. That's the official illustration. So this has a collection of the portraits that get applied on the game. This is some of the animation that Snake, you see him across the game. Very well executed. It's all digitized as well. It looks like pixel art, but obviously it's just the digitization, or the way that they digitize the Yoji Shinkawa's artwork. Got Merrill. So here we have all the portraits, all in the sequence. Got Otacon, Merrill, the Colonel, Naomi Hunter, Your Saving Lady, Mei-Ling, and Cyborg, Ninja, Gray Fox. Awesome how they've done that. It's like really good graphic design. Also, the printing, like silver, this gray that's got like this sort of sheen to it, beautifully done. Master Miller. So cool the way that he does his character design, the portraits. Liquid Snake, the opposite of Solid Snake. This is the bad guys, the villains, for their own reasons. Gray Fox, Foxhound, the team Foxhound. That's Revolver, Ocelot, and then you got Vulcan, Raven, Psycho Mantis, and Sniper Wolf. Decoy Octopus, and the Genome Soldiers, all in tactical gear. This is a hybrid image. This is really cool how they've done this, because this is 3D. And then you got his ink work. He comes in and inks, and he's digitally colored this. How he's gone about it, because this is a brush you can use in good old Photoshop. On top of that, he's applied another pen. That's how he does that. He likes to do these highlights. Well, he was doing a lot of that on this series. His work has evolved throughout the series of Metal Gear. But this book, if you are a Metal Gear fanboy like me, or let's just face it, like just a fan, this is the way to go. This book is quite cool. Gives you a lot of back the scenes, how the production for the game. This is awesome. A lot of these were used for magazine covers. So Mr. Shinkawa was doing a lot of these for promotional stuff. Again, the same illustrations but in color. Quite beautiful. Quite beautiful. What I give so much credit to this is the production of this book. This book is just high production. I haven't opened this book in quite a bit as well, so, and again they're using 3D after his designs, and then they've done this. I compliment this, like silver negatives, beautiful stuff. That's the Metal Gear. That's the name of the last boss, I guess. So let's unpack these. What I love out of what Shinkawa does on his illustrations is that he does, or concept art, is that he's applying the media. He does a lot of these ink on card or maybe paper, but it has to be some sort of thick card. And then on top of that, he comes in with this sort of pen or white pen. And he's just doing all these hatching. See, that's how he achieves this texture. Cool stuff. Very cool. This is all later to say he would have done the black with ink, or maybe he went the full hog. No, he works with an ink brush, like a synthetic ink brush. It's got a plastic tip, and that's got like you can screw that head, that brush tip, and put India ink, and then he just goes to town with it. Those brushes are awesome, but yeah, anyway, I'm not gonna get into details of things, but like, yeah, that's how I've seen him use those brushes, and he just does his work with it, and then scans it, obviously, and then he comes in and colors it. A lot of these, I think, was very fashionable to use Painter. Maybe he would have been using Painter back then, because you get these brush strokes. Back then you would be using Painter to do them, but then he's filtering it like he's doing scanlights. It's really cool. Yeah, this has got scanlines as well, and you can achieve that in Photoshop. But this is the main image that was used on the game, on the title of the game when it comes out. It's all the cast of characters, I'm assuming, and the Metal Gear and the two main leads. Gray Fox, we saw the cover that was applied on the PlayStation game for the VR missions, 3D models. And then he goes, flips it around and does this beautiful color stuff. I love how he's applied that. It's so simple and so good, so well executed. Yeah. I think he was questioning if he was ever attempted to do manga, to do sequence panel work, and he said he thought that it was very complicated to do that sort of thing, to do narrative, which is a total different skill, obviously. But he's sort of attempting to do that. He's doing go to hell, ha ha ha. Gate of heaven, get stuffed. Hell's coming here. It's quite cool. That's what a comic book would look like by Yoji Shinkawa. And these are all the girls. That's cool. It's having Meryl on the front cover. The mechanical work that he does, he's got a touch of industrial design there happening. And again, his designs are very, very practical. He doesn't do these outrageous things. Like, I could see these being built, being this mask, this helmet. Could manufacture these. These are the magazine covers that he did. So beautiful stuff. Very clever the way that he's done this. Like the way that he's colored, and the color palette's superb. And this is the inversion that I was sort of saying, is that he selected the black ink, and he's probably copied that into a separate layer, and then he's done a gradient. So he gets this bright highlight on the dark shadows. Quite cool. Very, very, very cool. Like the way that this is being executed as an illustration. 3D with the drawing of Snake running. It's cool. Yeah, Sniper Wolf, Liquid Snake, and Psycho Mantis. Again, he's doing the same trick. It's like doing that gradient. But his anatomy is so sound. You know that this guy has done art, like classes. He's done what do you call it? Live drawing with a model. He's taking the reference from that. You cannot fake these. I think he makes builds models. I think I remember he was building something for the Metal Gear, so he could get like a sound and knowledge about how to do the structure of the mechanical, design. So he's always thinking on 3D as well. So Yoji Shinkawa probably does have a background on industrial design. Who knows? Or maybe he's just a fine arts guy. This is so spare and loose, really well executed. But the theme that I love is that when they're doing these compositions here, they are cloning that image and then doing another one. So how that works is that whoever that's grabbing these, or maybe Shinkawa did this himself, is that he grabbed the same illustration and zoomed on it, and then he's just applying it as a background, as the backdrop sort of thing. This he said that he did this really quickly on Photoshop. He's just grabbing all of these and just colored it up. When you print it with this color scheme, with this ink process of having a gloss sort of like silver page, this looks quite the thing, And the other illustration that we saw here, he's using it as a backdrop for Meryl. Again, another panel that I remember seeing this on the Famitsu magazine. This is what they use for the cover of Metal Gear, and he's just gone to town. Is just doing like a comic book cover. I mean, a comic book page, which I know a lot of people that do comics that are more in the traditional way of doing comics. It will go to like criticize the way that he's applied these digital fonts. Anyway, but I just love how he's done this composition of 3 panels with the main figure of Snake, and all very simple, always working with contrast of shadow and light. That's how he's doing almost 3 beats of contrast there, with the color splashing it with the black. Well executed, and the background's all digital. It's all very just lights here and there. Again, more comic book like sort of material. This is absolutely great. I mean, doing Maylene, and we've got here a scene or combat, and Meryl's wearing Snake's combat tactical suit, and then explosions. It's quite awesome. There was a radio play, I think. They did a radio show, almost like theater on radio in Japan. This is what these illustrations are for. I'm not too sure the application of it, but yeah, that's what I remember hearing. Love these almost monochrome color application he's done here. I mean, this is just great. Just great. I mean, great stuff. The black and white work is just so well executed. See how the ink has watered down, so he's applying more sparingly. Well executed. By far one of the best character designers in the market right now, and working for Hideo Kojima. This is interesting. I don't know how this came across. This is Wildcat's comic book artist, working for Image back in the day. Travis Charest. He did this promotional material. I think I saw this on magazines with reviews for Metal Gear. Crazy how they got the West sort of take. Oh yeah, the McFarlane toys. That was quite the thing as well. And these are collector cards. Wow. Didn't know. Forgot about that. Oh, these are the cards. Yeah. Beautiful stuff. Just beautiful. I think he mentioned on the following book that he put too much in his book because it's the first time he ever done that. So yeah, this is all the concept stuff. This is amazing to see this pencil work. I think he does less now. Like the material that he doesn't produce as much. But there's nothing wrong with any of this. This is all well executed. Love these profiles, really well done. if you are, again, I'm just gonna say this again, if you're a Metal Gear fan and you love art in general and you just want to see how the sausage got made, try to get this book. I mean, this book, I don't know if it's available now, but Dark Horse did like a publication of the entire series. It's quite a hefty book. We'll take a look at that later on. I just wanted to show this book because this is the first time. This book is a little bit different from the other book as well. So yeah, it's got quite a collection of work on it. So got a very, very Western sensibility, this man. So yeah, and here's his interview towards the end with Amano. He's talking to Amano on this, and they're sort of unpacking how they work and how much digital they apply to their work, blah 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 blah. So also for the interview alone, it's also worth getting this. And then here's the man back then, young looking chap back then. Now he's got long hair. Anyway, that is the masterworks of Yoji Shinkawa for Metal Gear Solid. If you have the chance to ever see these in the wild or able to purchase it, do it. Anyways, thank you so much for your time. Bye.